up in the corner, slamming to the top as it goes through the render process. Using Lightwave's multi-threading and OS 10.1's handling of those two processes, we're able to take full advantage of the speed of the workstation. And there you can see by the magic bell, we've just finished that fully rendered image, photographic quality, in 30 seconds. That's something... Hats off to the Apple development team for helping us on the Velocity Engine stuff. The processing power inside those commands is amazing. All right, the next thing we're going to do is show you how we can take this data set into different environments. Now, you see here a single rendered frame. This might be for a commercial or for a print ad. But we can also use this for web deployment. Here you can see the same car, same position, different environment. But this is taking advantage of another Apple technology, QTVR. So now, before this prototype car is even run off the assembly line, we can get an idea of what that thing's going to look like in the virtual world. So now we can see completely photorealistic from any angle. Clients or new customers can come online, check out your car or whatever product it is before it's even come off the assembly line. And again, with the exact same data set, we can then do our print ads. And yes, like Lightwave, this car is like butter. All right, so a great example there of crossing the barriers. Lightwave being so fast and flexible, utilizing the power of the G4 chip. One artist with one application and one system can now cross the barriers for any kind of content that their clients may need. The bottom line is, at the end of the day, in the graphics environment, image is everything, and that's exactly what we deliver. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Brad. Well, last and certainly not least, one of the most anticipated applications on the Mac platform in many, many years is a little application called Maya. I jokingly call it little because those of us who know a lot about it know that it actually may be the single largest application ever written with tens of millions of lines of code. And it has previously been run on high-end workstation class computers bought through specialized channels, but for a lot of money, a lot of very expensive IS costs to support. Well, now Maya has come to the Mac. And it's shipping on the Mac, on Mac OS 10 today, because of the power of the Unix and the hardware we provide. Customers can go to their standard channels. They can go to standard retail, an Apple store in the mall, and buy a computer to run workstation high-performance level 3D graphics. And not just 3D modeling and graphics, but some amazing graphics and paint tools that you've never seen before. To help us see that, Andrew Pierce, Director of Maya Technology Group from Alias Wavefront, has joined us to show off Maya. Andrew?
Thanks, Phil. Maya is the most advanced 3D animation and special effects software there is. You've seen Maya used in feature films, in broadcast video, in games, and more now in interactive web publishing. And I'm pleased to be here today to tell you that Maya for Mac OS 10 is available now. Now, we chose to bring Maya to Mac OS 10 because of a number of reasons. There's the powerful Unix core, there's the OpenGL support, and of course there was an incredible customer demand. Over 20,000 of you emailed us requesting this product on this platform. Maya is used by creative professionals, and creative professionals use Macintosh. Now, Maya has a number of tools which will help the artists bring their 2D painting skills into the 3D world. With me is Peter Billington, one of our product specialists, who's going to help demonstrate some of these features. Pete?
Thanks, Andrew. What you see here is the beginning of an Oasis scene that we'll be creating over the next few minutes. I'm going to start by using a technology called Paint Effects to paint natural plant life directly in my scene. One of the fundamental design principles of Maya was to empower the artist with tools that they're most familiar with. In this case, we're using a brush tool to paint with a preset palette of over 200 brush strokes, in this case, natural plant life. You can start with some hyacinths here in the middle. Then drop into wireframe mode to show you that, in fact, as I tumble around the scene, that those strokes were indeed painted on the ground plane. I can now extend that brush metaphor to a sculpting tool to create an interesting environment for my plants to exist. I'll move to a pull function and pull up a mountain area on the back of this plane around the oasis. And then switch to a push function to push in the area where the oasis will reside. Now, if any area becomes too dramatic, I can move to my smooth tool and smooth that surface out just as though I was sculpting clay. The next step would be to create the surface of the water. So I'll drop in a plane to do that and position it downwards so it intersects with our oasis there. and then create a nonlinear deformer, in this case a wave deformer, to create a ripple effect on the surface. And I can animate that over time to create a rippled animation effect. Finally, we can position our camera to render this from any view. One of the most compelling aspects of Maya on the Macintosh is that we can leverage the existing suite of creative tools to output to almost any kind of media. In this case, I've created a web page where I've rendered an overall image and then zoomed in on an area of the background to render a detailed higher resolution image. We can also render out QuickTime. And if I play this back, you can see that all of this animation was built into those brush strokes. All I did was animate the camera and hit render. All of that the computer did by default. We could then burn this to a DVD. This is the kind of imagery that you can create right now with Maya for Mac OS X. Andrew?
Thanks, Pete. As you can see, Maya offers a powerful new world of possibilities for the creative professional. Technology that was only available on high-end workstations is now available on the desktop, and not just the desktop, also on a mobile platform, your Titanium PowerBook. So Maya for Mac OS X is shipping now, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do with this powerful technology. Thank you.
Thank you. So there's over 1,500 great applications, many announced here at the show. You can see them on the show floor, and the wealth of pro creative tools appearing on Mac OS X going to enable us to do things that were not possible on the previous Mac or any other personal computer. So that rounds out Mac OS X and all the things we wanted to talk to you about 10.1 today. It truly is the best version of Mac we have ever created, and one we're extremely, extremely proud of delivering to you and all of our customers. As Steve mentioned, it's available starting Saturday in channels for $129. We have a free update that will be available in those channels until